What's up, everybody? So as the presidential race is coming to a head now in November, we have to be reacting to a lot more political things, guys. Especially on this channel, guys, I react to the Donald Trump near shooting, the near assassination, and I was represented with my Hodge Twins Gainesville t-shirt in solidarity with the Donald Trump and the whole, that whole side, because obviously, guys, we don't want to see any president getting shot or killed. That's terrible, guys. Biden or Trump or Harris or anyone like that. We don't promote violence over here, guys. But apparently Donald Trump put out a brand new Trump ad that broke the internet, a savage new ad that broke the internet yesterday or a couple of days ago, and some guy reacted to it, a righteous perspective. I couldn't find the original video, so apparently this is as close as I'm gonna get. Make sure to drop a comment down below, let me know your thoughts, and let's get it, guys. Come on.
Obama will go down as perhaps the worst president in the history of the United States! Exclamation point at real Donald Trump. Well, at real Donald Trump, at least I will go down as a president.
I know people have
That's like famous last words type of thing,
talked to you about whether or not you want to run. Would you ever?
Never got so bad, I would never want to rule it out totally.
A new world order.
These allegations are false.
Weapons of mass destruction.
The USA Patriot Act.
The blueprint for large corporations.
We once were, we are no longer.
Those are all the horrendous things that happened, guys, like 2003 and 2001 invading Iraq, things like that. Terrible, terrible decisions by those presidents. George Bush Sr. and Jr. and Obama.
Blueprint for large corporations.
We once were, we are no longer a Christian nation.
Donald Trump confirmed that he is considering a run in 2016.
Do it.
I am officially running for President of the United States.
He will never be President of the United States.
Donald Trump will never be elected
President of the United States.
So a lot of my friends as well were stupid back in the day, back in 2016. They said he would never be elected. I knew straight away he would become elected, guys. It was pretty clean cut, pretty easy to predict that, guys. The predictions were completely false. I was listening to a bunch of people, and I was listening to the actual citizens and YouTube people talking about how he was going to visit these, impoverished areas of America, Michigan and stuff like that, and Hillary Clinton wasn't. And when he visited these areas, guys, these were like these crucial states that people try and, the swing states basically, that kind of predict the whole election. And he did that, guys, and he won pretty much from that, getting the lower class, middle class vote, right?
And people are watching these results come in.
Alright, guys, we've got to run an ad. And yeah, it's kind of funny seeing the predicted votes. I remember I had this one teacher in college. She like broke down crying the next day. She was like, no! She was like that flipping meme, like, no! Donald Trump got elected. And I was like, dude, we live in Ireland. Like, of course America runs the world, but it doesn't really affect us that much. Like, you know what I mean? It was just ridiculous, It was like this crazy, and I'm not pro Donald Trump either, but it was just ridiculous.
We're going to make this decision now. Donald Trump will be the 45th President of the United States.
That's the famous meme right there. Oh, stop.
President of the United States.
It's not that bad. It's fine.
Does it ever seem to you that President Trump has done more than any president in modern history?
In the 10 years I've been involved in politics, I've never seen an administration hit the ground running like this.
I could spend the rest of the hour laying out the accomplishments under the Trump presidency, despite everything thrown at him.
The market just had its 12th straight record close.
Taking action to save as many kids as they can.
We were energy independent under the Trump administration.
More Americans reported being employed than ever before.
Those who have served our country in the military to get access to mental health care.
The Great American Outdoors Act is the largest single piece of legislation to support our national parks and public lands.
Created more than 7 million good-paying jobs.
Websites can be held liable in court for having sex trafficking content.
The Abraham Accords, which for any other president would have been multiple peace prizes.
America did not enter into a foreign war.
Yeah, that was one of the big ones that I actually liked. Of course, like the petrol prices were low. There was a lot of things that was good in his era. But the No New Wars was incredible, guys. Every single president ever started a new war, and Donald Trump did not. He started the process of removing them from Afghanistan, things like that, guys. So he was good in some ways. Of course, guys, you can't say he's good in every way. He still takes money from people and all this type of thing. But, you know, for the most part, you know, he did kind of, you know, some good things, right?
Into a foreign war.
The employment rate in the U.S. fell to 3.5%.
The First Step Act eases federal sentencing for nonviolent offenders.
Increased funding for historically black colleges and universities.
And that was a big thing as well, guys. He actually increased funding massively for black universities in the U.S. It was unbelievable. Like, I think black people just love him in the U.S., you know. And of course, he said some crazy stuff, some divisive stuff in the beginning, but I think now in 2024 it's starting to come out a lot more that he's less like that than ever before, type of thing. So
historically black colleges and universities
allows terminally ill patients easier access to experimental drugs.
Kept the inflation rate low.
Honored with the Bipartisan Justice Award.
Had a massive MS-13 gang problem. 3.9% is the unemployment rate.
Requiring airports to provide lactation rooms for breastfeeding mothers.
Middle class family income increased nearly $6,000.
Oh yeah, I for sure believe that the middle class definitely benefited a ton from him being in power. Like, I think everyone nowadays is just hella poor. Like, and I'm not saying that the president of the United States makes that happen, but for sure it was much better when he was in office. Like, for sure, because you can't really argue that. Like, your money, you know, I had way more money back then. You know, and I was in college. I didn't have any money. You know, it was kind of crazy.
Family income increased nearly $6,000.
A dramatic escalation in his crackdown on illegal immigration.
An advocate for educational choice.
Tariffs on Mexico and Canada.
An act preventing animal cruelty and torture.
Taking out Baghdadi, the head of ISIS. So
yeah, al-Baghdadi, he died like a dog. Remember Shane Gillis did a full stand-up, you know, piece on that guy's Beautiful Dogs. I love that. That's like one of my favorite stand-ups of all time, guys. But yeah, he killed al-Baghdadi. They came in through the side of the door and the dogs killed him. Like, it's pretty crazy.
Soleimani, the Iranian general.
Save Our Seas Act commitment to environmental.
He also got rid of ISIS as well, pretty much.
Issues. We're saying Merry Christmas again.
Community development in low-income urban and rural communities.
Help us to remember the importance of fighting off tyranny.
Pulling out of UNESCO, the World Health Organization, the Paris Climate Accords, reassessing NATO and the United Nations.
Stood up for Christianity and the Constitution more than any president in American modern history.
We are stopping the attacks on Judeo-Christian values. Do you miss me yet?
Wow. Wow.
That's pretty crazy. Wow is right. That's a pretty got you pretty fired up there. I'm not gonna lie, guys. That got me pretty fired up. Like, there's a bunch of different advertisements, you know, showing, and you guys could see at the end there, it was showing like Joe Biden's his downfalls, you know. So there were a bunch of things that he did. Obviously, he did some things wrong as well. He said that he was going to try and get rid of the censorship on platforms like Google and stuff like that, which he did not do, guys. I wish he did that, you know, less censorship on YouTube, but you know, the culture has started to swing a little bit, and YouTube and these platforms have started to go more, you know, more liberal, I suppose. Also on Twitter platforms like X or Twitter, you know, they have now a lot more freedoms. Okay, you can express whatever you want. There's a lot more, you know, technically there's a lot more craziness on it. Okay, but at the same time, guys, that's the freedom of speech right there being enacted. So let me know your thoughts, guys. Who are you voting for, man? Who are you guys voting for, man? Alright, now if you guys like this video, man, make sure to vote for Counting Gains, man. Hit that subscribe button. Loads more flipping reactions coming. Loads more political videos. Loads more of everything. Music videos coming. I love you guys all. I'll see you on the next one, guys. Stay free, bro.